Jonas and Ashley here. Welcome back. Another exciting episode of Vacation Rental 101, all things vacation rentals and second homes here in beautiful Phoenix Metro.
Yes.
Today we are down here in the beautiful, Bridges area in Gilbert. Just one of the many, many beautiful communities, out in the Phoenix area. Such a beautiful day. We just want to do some shooting outside.
It's so nice.
Catches, amazing weather. Anyways, for those of you that are new, for those of you that aren't new, wherever category you fall on, we'd love you to, like, subscribe, follow us. This is, why we're building this content. We want to, obviously create, a following of people that are gaining value from the information that we're providing. Today we are going to be discussing what? What are we going to discuss?
We are going to be talking about how much you'll have to put into a property or what you can expect month over month as far as expenditure outside of just simply buying a property. We have to furnish it. Yeah, subsequent investments. We got to furnish it. There might be some remodeling that has to happen. So we'll kind of dive deeper into that topic.
In a perfect world, we are lucky enough to find properties that are turnkey vacation rentals. The upside obviously to those are, we already know kind of approximately what the performance is going to look like, what sort of occupancy, what sort of rates. Oftentimes we could buy them fully furnished. If we're lucky enough, sometimes they just wrap it in the deal. There's no bill of sale. Other instances, the furniture and accessories and decor are kind of purchased, for a relatively nominal amount outside of that. Beyond that, starting from ground zero, starting from scratch, obviously we have the home purchase itself, right? So whatever property type you're looking at, whether it be condo, townhome, luxury property, all the way up to, basic renovation to full renovation. And then, if the place needs to be furnished, just all these additional costs. So when we're kind of run through these with investors, obviously kind of identifying, what their budget is and realistically how much, some of those things are going to cost, from an upfront standpoint. And then to your point earlier, just kind of talking about like what the monthly cost would be, for like utility costs and landscaping and pool and cleaners and stuff like that.
Totally. So, I think when we're able to find a turnkey vacation rental for an investor, in a lot of respect, that is the easiest way to go, but it's also probably, you have to pay for that. You're paying for that convenience that it is really a turnkey business. What's nice about working in this space day in and day out and like living it and breathing it for both Jonas and I, we're able to determine what type of properties would make for incredible vacation rentals and help source the furniture for you, maybe give you a suggestion on different updates that would need to be made in order to get it to the level of something that is a turnkey successful rental, but you put more into the the sweat equity and you can kind of invent it yourself versus buying it as a business.
So before we get kind of too far down that rabbit hole, one thing we do want to point out and one thing that we really pride ourselves and our team on is, we always joke and say we're the human Rolodex. Meaning, a lot of times when we're talking about this, people just start freaking out. They're like, how am I going to manage this? How am I going to, find these resources and contacts and, furniture delivery and painters and artificial turf, whatever that looks like.
We got you.
We got you. Exactly. So, we've got a list of these, amazing, referral partners and that sort of thing. I mean, we've done everything from soup to nuts where the client hasn't even stepped foot in the state of Arizona. We've done it where they're involved. Sometimes we've had clients that are like, interior designers or had interior designers and they want to kind of be involved in that, but, they needed help with kind of like, hey, I want to build out a, barbecue island or add a pool heater or something like that, to the property. So don't get overwhelmed. That is not something we charge for. We like I said, pride ourselves on providing, great service and great value. What we get out of it in return is, you have this amazing experience, have this, great return on investment. You're going to want to buy more properties. You're going to want to tell your friends and family about it. So it's kind of like a pay it forward for us, right? So we, go the extra mile and making sure this is smooth and easy. Ultimately, you're the one writing the checks for the expenses. But we handle everything and just make it simple.
Well, and like we've said in other videos, you don't know what you don't know. So we 100%. Really would hope that you rely on us to make sure that we are getting you like a really good turf guy, a really awesome interior designer, really kind of taking our lead on how it should be furnished or like what the vibe should be, because this is the space that we live in. So we trust you, you trust us. It's a reciprocated sort of relationship and respect. So we have your back with whatever it is that you need and whatever it is you need to make it successful.
And a big, side note to that is depending on what market you're coming from, like a lot of times people's lenses are, they're coming from California or they're coming from, Washington or, Illinois, more expensive markets where, you know, when they're dealing with trades and,
Yeah.
and so in their mind they're thinking that like these are going to be like budget busters, right? And you know, and then when we kind of, you know, hook them up with some of our vendor contacts, I mean, we always say, welcome to Arizona. You get the Arizona pricing,
Totally.
right? So, I think it's a sigh of relief for them that their dollar does go a lot farther to be able to do, you know, some of these improvements and kind of, you know, additions and that sort of thing.
Absolutely. And like when I send over properties to investors from, you know, anyone's traditional eye, it may look like it's ugly and dated, but like where we know it, like proximity, size, bedroom count, lot size, like the things that you maybe wouldn't recognize. If we say all you got to do is refinish those cabinets, drop in some granite and paint the walls,
done.
It's such a nominal investment to make your property really shine and get really like an instant facelift for next to really nothing.
Everybody likes the pretty things, right?
Of course.
So the more updated and the more, you know, marketing that's done well with the listing, you know, of course that's great, and you know, that's obviously what we strive for. But the beauty is we're able to kind of like, you know, find those, you know, diamonds in the rough, and sometimes they're not even that rough. They're just, you know, not marketed well. Like I'll look at a property and I'm like, it's like, looks like it's shot with their flip phone. It's like, you know, dark and drab, and you know, no wide angle lens shots, and so for clients that aren't used to, you know, they're used to seeing like the real high end listings, they just skip right over theirs, and we'll just be like, hey, actually this is a really great property, and then we'll go out and you know, kind of preview the property and you know, send them kind of like what its potential could be.
Totally. Well, and on the flip side, we've seen some properties that have been completely updated, but the updates were horrendous. The work was shoddy, the updates were cheap, it photographed super well, which is great, but you pay for that because it is new. So in a lot of cases, it is better to find something that, you know, like a DIYer hasn't gone in and gutted, and do it yourself and pick the finishes that you like or that we've deemed would provide, you know, more, you know, value in resale or, you know, whatever. There's a lot of ways to look at it. Yeah, rents, like commanding peak rents and high occupancy. Like we can help you with all that.
All the things. So anyways, a lot of great info. Hopefully you got value here. We are always open to feedback, like if there's any topics or videos that we haven't shot yet. So make sure you reach out to us if there's anything that you want to hear about and want to learn about. Also, subscribe, share,
send us DMs on socials.
All the things.
Yep, we're here to help.
So anyways, until next time, thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to, you know, hopefully hearing from you at some point.